Pretty much see that the colors that I'm generating, they're not subtle. It doesn't do, the fixture does not do pastel colors very well. That's the nature of this color system, but we designed that on purpose. We were looking for big, bold, bright. Now, because our color system is the way it is, and the fact that we're using servo motors again, we can do some really great color effects. Here I'm bouncing between white and UV. Now I'm bouncing between red and white. Now I'm bouncing between UV, white, and red. Really fast, really great effect. Okay. Now, like I said before, this fixture can't do everything. You want me to stop? No? Keep going? Okay.
Just get the rest of it.
Like I said, this fixture can't do everything, okay? And we make no bones about it. A good example is this right here. I'm going to do a 3-second color fade from red to blue, okay? Not very subtle. Okay, I got to go, because of the way the color system works, I have to go through some other filters. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people like a more traditional color fading system. Again, the reason why we picked this was to get as much output and to get the big bold colors. The reason why we don't use traditional CYM mixing in here is because when you do a graduated wheel in here, you have to put a piece of diffusion in the beam path, somewhere in the beam path, so that you don't see the graduation on the wheel, on the spike. Otherwise, you'd be able to project that. The minute you put that diffusion in, you lose a lot of output. And that's the other driving factor in this color system. So although it's not a subtle color change, I do have the capability of doing really fast color changes, instantaneous. So as fast as I can hit it, it can do it. So although it doesn't do slow very well and subtle, it is quick. It's instantaneous. So, and that's why I say this fixture doesn't do everything. This is the driver in your golf bag, so to speak. You know. Now we've got split colors here. We've all seen split colors. Nothing overly significant about that. What is significant, I think, about this color system is that we can do triple colors.
Wow.
Okay. And what it is I'm actually using all 4 color wheels at the same time. It's just I've only got part of the one in and another one in. I've been able to manipulate, and we can get a couple various triple colors out of it. And there's a couple you can actually do a lot more, but some of them are quite frankly mud. So you know, it does a couple, which is great. Because I'm using all 4 color wheels, it lends itself to some really unique effects, like this.
Wow.
Really unique effect. What I've done here is I'm running I got a sine wave effect on the magenta wheel. It's just banging back and forth. So really unique effect, which I think. Now we have an iris. Nothing significant there. However, the iris combined with our optics system, you get a really culminated beam, really tight pin spot. And if you notice, the front end of our fixture is a really wide aperture. It's an 8-inch wide aperture, so it's a really nice big beam coming out. And as you'll see out, as it sees here, you can see, really just cuts through the atmosphere. And I'm not in a pitch black room either. You know, there is a fair amount of ambient light in here. And that was one of the other driving factors in this fixture, was something that can compete with, you know, a lot of LED product that we have to deal with today on a lot of shows. It's a really neat product. And of course, you know, I can add colors into this, do things. We have a frost in the fixture. It's a 2-stage frost. I put a gobo behind it, and that's the deep frost, and you can see the 2 stages come out. So here's a valley with the frost in. You do lose a little output when that's done, but even despite that, it's still pretty bright. Even when I put some nice saturated colors in. Now the fixture's not dainty. It's 167 pounds, all in. But despite its size and weight, it moves pretty fast. And again, that's our servo motors. can see here I'm doing a 10-second move. It's nice and fluid. It's really smooth. And again, that's a function of our servos that we're using. Now, this portion, kind of thought I'd do some, show you some various looks that we can do with the fixture. Here I'm using the 4-hole gobo to do a nice big ACL look. And like I said, we have full zoom control over this. I can go as narrow as I want, or as wide as I want. We can spin it. I can actually iris down and do a twin beam effect. And I have full zoom control of that as well. Nice and narrow, all the way out to really wide. This is the couple skating portion of my demo. That or I need to be playing like How Deep Is Your Love by the Bee Gees or something like that. And again, you know, I can put color and stuff in there. Widen it out. Slot, here's the slot gobo. Again, I have full zoom control. And I can put color and stuff in there. I can spin the slot. And the reason why I'm showing you all this is this. Here I have the slot spinning on top of that pinhole gobo. And traditionally, when you overlay multiple gobos in a fixture, you lose a lot of output. Again, our output coupled with the optics system, you can overlay multiple gobos and you still have a fair amount of usable output, and you can still do stuff with it. And it also gives you the ability to do some really unique, really great looking effects. Same slot gobo over a different gobo. Totally different new look. This particular gobo we call cardboard. Has some really unique, aerial properties. Let's go back to here. Oh, back up here. So the classic cone, looking right at the cone there. Turn on green. Open. And it looks great in the air as well. With color. Now, I use that rubber band gobo that you all saw earlier. I've actually got yellow, part of the yellow, a couple yellow filters in, and the magenta filter in, part of the magenta wheel in, I should say. And it's a whole new look. And I'm at full zoom, and it still has a fair amount of output. I select all these, I can actually start changing the color up. And that gobo just turns into some different stuff. It has a lot of usability about it. It has a lot of utility. This is a great gobo. This particular gobo is from Inlight. They've done a great job with it.